What's poppin', everybody? It's your boy SnowyKurama, and I am your coach of the Season 5 Chicago White Sox for the WPF, or World Pokemon Federation if you like the big words. And here we are for my Week 8 match against the Blackthorn City Blastoise, coached by King Ruck3r. He's got a 3 in his name because he's really cool, just like I have a 0. Moving on. If you guys are hyped and excited for this battle here, press that like, hit that subscribe, only if you want to, because it helps me motivate and stuff, getting videos out, and I enjoy this, and I hope everybody at home enjoys this as well. But let's get into the team, because I'm sure that's why we're all here. He's got a Clefable, Mega Kangaskhan, Flygon, Venusaur, Articuno, Mr. Mime, Tyranitar, Araquanid, Chandelure, Primeape, and Excadrill. Now, if you guys remember, we played Excadrill as a part of the Week 1 match against the Fiyuki Knights. He had Mold Breaker Drill, I believe. I mean, I don't think he'd want to be Sand Rush since he didn't have any sand set up. But this time around, he's got T-Tar, which can do that for the Excadrill. So that's kind of something that we gotta watch out for. Another thing that I've noticed is that looking at his speed tiers, I mean, they're all fine and grouped together, which is cool, I guess. I don't know. I'm pretty new to the concept of having your mons all in a speed tier. But nothing gets above base 100 with the exception of Sand Rush Drill. So that is pretty nice on our front. And also something that I notice is that this team kind of gets smacked by Melmetal. We've got the Earthquake for this thing. This thing's weak to Steel, you're weak to Steel, you're weak to Steel. You're weak to Steel. There are things that he's got that can withstand it, like Venusaur and Flygon to an extent, Araquanid of course, and Chandelure definitely could scare us out, I think. Primeape has super effective moves against us as well, so it's not exactly a big ol' Melmetal sweep, but if we chip down all these members, I'm sure that it can do some damage, just like we always want it to. So let's go ahead and look at our team, and as you can see, we have brought a lot of our new guys, like 2 out of the 3, but let's go ahead and start off with the thing that I like talking about the most, Big Nut, our Melmetal. We got Substitute, Double Iron Bash, Earthquake, and Ice Punch, our usual Spadef with max HP set. Should probably change this up at some point, shouldn't I? Anyway, all of these moves do lots of damage. We already talked about Double Iron Bash hitting all of his steel weaknesses, which he has quite a few. Earthquake taking care of the ones that aren't weak to steel. And then Ice Punch is here for the Flygon because it has nothing really for that besides this move. Plus, it's super effective. I don't think we have any other ice moves. I think we do have ice moves on the team, but it'll definitely help for Flygon. Up next is one of our new members of the team. We have Jawline the Aerodactyl with the Expert Belt. We have Honeclaw, Stone Edge, Earthquake, and Ice Fang. We are EV'd to outspeed anything on his team that is base 100, which is not a lot of his members, like I think 2 or 3 of them, but nothing else gets past that besides Excadrill. And we put the rest in HP, Adamant Nature, and then 4 in defense to make us have odd number of HP. Honeclaws is here to make sure our Stone Edge and our Ice Fang hit a bit better. I did have Dragon Dance here so I could go ahead and outspeed everything else on the team, but I decided to go with Honeclaws. It was suggested to help with Stone Edge and Ice Fang's accuracy as well. Plus, I shouldn't have to worry about him outspeeding with much unless I find out something is Scarfed, which I'm sure I would go ahead and find that out before tossing this thing out. Expert Belt is here because Araquanid doesn't like Stone Edge, nor does Chandelure or Articuno. And Earthquake deals with the Tyranitar, Chandelure as well, and Excadrill. And then Ice Fang is here for the Flygon. And I guess that didn't really and the Venusaur. I guess that didn't really explain why the Expert Belt is here, but to say it actually out loud, without hinting at it, these are all super effective moves on things, and Expert Belt does more damage to mons that take super effective damage from moves. Plus, I didn't really want a Life Orb to wear me down a lot. Unnerve is a great ability so that he doesn't activate his berries while facing off against Aerodactyl, which is really nice for resist berries and HP berries. Really just any type of berry, because that's what it's for. I think Aerodactyl's going to be doing just fine here in its first week in our team. Up next we have Sir Mix-a-Lot, our Sandaconda, Rocky Helmet, of course. We have the Shed Skins, though we don't care about the status. Earthquake, Stealth Rock, Stone Edge, and Rest this time rather than Glare. Glare isn't because we don't have a lot of problems with his speedier guys, because we have mons that take care of them. Rocky Helmet here is a strat that we learned last week in the BRL against Troy with his Mega Kangaskhan. So this thing takes lots of hits from his Kangaskhan. I think he does like 30 at the most, and then he takes more damage from Rocky Helmet than we take. And then we have Stealth Rock because, you know, we need our rocks. Stone Edge and Earthquake are good coverage for things on the ground and things off the ground. And then Rest is here, of course, so that we can get back all the HP that we take from the Kangaskhan. And our Shed Skin can hopefully heal us out of the sleep, so that we can just keep doing our Sandaconda thing. I think this thing is going to be really useful, as it always is. Up next is Havoc. We have Will-O-Wisp, Hex, Volt Switch, and Defog with leftovers. A physically defensive set, so that we don't have to deal with the rock. His Jawline hates them, and I think that's really about it. Hex is here so that we can take care of the Chandelure potentially, although we also can do things against the Excadrill and the Kangaskhan, not the Kangaskhan, my bad. The Excadrill and the Flygon, supposing they're burned, and the not really Tyranitar, but we would like to burn the Tyranitar, I guess. Volt Switch, of course, so that we can get on out of there, and Defog, because, like I said, rocks. So, yeah. Oh, and Mr. really like Hex, because of its low HP stat. Up next is Kolagon, our Hydreigon. We're basically bringing the same set as last time, except for we're tossing a Scarf on there instead of Specs, and we also have a bit of a change in our speed, as well as our HP. So Dark Pulse, Draco Meteor, Fire Blast, and Flash Cannon are pretty good against his team. We got Flash Cannon for the Clefable. The Draco Meteor is just all around a good special to go for, even though it does lower our special attack in the process. The Fire Blast is here for Venusaur as well as Articuno. And we have the Dark Pulse to flinch down things, as well as Chandelure doesn't like it. I know Excadrill wouldn't want to take it because of the fact that it's not too bulky. And I think that's really about it. I know this thing does lots and lots and lots of damage to his team, even though it's not super effective. Not everything, at least. So I think this is going to be just fine. Also, it's here just in case that he has something scarfed, which he should bring something scarfed against me, to be honest. His speed goes up to outspeed the Primeape speed, because that's the only thing that it's really worth outspeeding. Because if the opponent has a Scarf, you know, we're not outspeeding it anyway, so screw it. Might as well put in a little bit extra bulk in our HP just in case. And last but not least, we have Decibel, our Mega Audino, with Wish Protect, Heal Bell, and Knock Off. This thing is going to help us get our HP back with the rest of our team members. Mostly Big Nut and Kolagon, probably Jawline as well. Protect is here, of course, because, you know, Wish Protect. I'm really liking Wish Protect lately. Heal Bell has been suggested so that we can get rid of Toxics and Burns, of course, and maybe even get rid of the Sleep on Sir Mix-a-Lot if our Shed Skin isn't doing its job for whatever reason. And then Knock Off here is, of course, to get rid of some items, like maybe an Excadrill's item doing too much damage to us, like a Life Orb or a Band or something. Chandelure as well could come on with Specs, and we wouldn't want that. Tyranitar could have a Smooth Rock, etc., 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 etc. This thing eats hits. Mega Audino is a chunky mon. I think the lowest, or not the lowest, the highest calc that I saw from a non-banded, non-specs mon is about 30%. Anything that he would want to go for that I could see coming, Decibel just eats it up. So I think we're going to have some pretty good success against his team. A lot of it just gets devoured by Melmetal and Jawline as well. Kolagon comes in and does the big damage. We have our hazard control and support and whatnot here, and in case something gets a little too dicey, we have some healing. So let's just go ahead and go for the battle. I'll see ya when I see ya. And welcome back to the battle. Here we have Flygon, Araquanid, Articuno, Chandelure, Mega Kangaskhan, and Primeape. He did not bring the Clefable, which is surprising to me. Venusaur also did not come, which again, a little surprising. It's really cool to see the Mr. Mime not here, which means the Draco Meteor from my Hydreigon can just go in. And the Excadrill isn't here either, which is also something that I was very concerned about. So lots of things that are just off the table, and that's really awesome. Let's just go ahead and see how we do. Checking if I'm recording. I am. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, I think I start off with my... Oh, I start off with Rotom because... What did I start off with Rotom? I guess I thought it was a safe lead. I didn't want to... Oh, yes, I thought maybe he would start Araquanid to try to get up some webs. That's what it was. And if he didn't do that, I could just Will-O-Wisp this thing that's in front of me, or maybe even the Flygon, or the Kangaskhan. That was kind of my thought process. And he goes U-turn, which is fine. He goes the Araquanid, and I tried to burn him, and it's fine that we missed because this thing cannot be burned anyway. So who really cares? I Volt Switch on out here just to see what kind of set that he is running, and then I go out into Decibel, my Mega Audino, to try to stall out some things, maybe Wish Up. He Liquidates, does a lot of damage to me, but I just Wish Up I wish myself, I guess. And I go for Protect so I can get that Wish back up, because this thing was doing some damage. I was so scared too. Like, look at me. Defense drop, and I was at low HP, but Leech Life does nothing, and I just knock him off, getting rid of his Assault Vest, which is why he's so chunky. I go out to Rotom here just so I can do some more chip with the Volt Switch. Liquidation does a crap ton of damage to me though, which makes me think that he's got quite a bit of a attack in there. Volt Switch almost gets the KO, or a little off, but then we got to Melmetal to take it down the rest of the way. Maybe even get off a sub, I think. That's my thought process there. I'm sure. This battle was done a long time ago. Goes out to Kangaskhan. I just double Iron Bash here to get off some damage. I think it killed the Araquanid from that range. But now the Kangaskhan is low on health, and I switch out into Sandaconda to have it take itself the rest of the way down with my Rocky Helmet. Hit 1 and hit 2, no more Kangaskhan, which is really awesome. Articuno comes out here, and I'm very scared of it using Freeze Dry or some other attack. And then he goes Chandelure right out of there. I go Melmetal. It's like he was in my brain. This man is making all these doubles. I hate it when people make doubles. I hate it. So now I got this Chandelure in front of me. So I think at this time I got to Hydreigon because that's my main switch in for this thing. Fire Blast does a chunk to me, but I can easily, hit back with something else. You got out to Primeape. I think I just Dark Pulsed here. Did just about nothing. Probably should have Draco'd, but it is what it is. I go to Rotom, expecting a fighting move, but instead he U-turned out to his Chandelure, which is just fine. I think I might sack this thing off. Nope, I went out to Audino on the Ghost move. That's what it was. Flamethrower does half to me about, which is not great for me. I got the Hydreigon because I'm pretty sure this thing is choiced, and a Flamethrower won't do shit to me, as you can see. He goes to Articuno. I don't know what I did here. Again, Draco Meteor does almost half, which is quite annoying. So I go to Rotom to try to Volt Switch, and then the Chandelure comes out, which scary again. I don't think I can really afford to go to Hydreigon, so I just stay in with my Rotom. Go ahead and sack it off. I think I get in a free Hydreigon. Nope, I get in my Aerodactyl here. I think I go for Earthquake. Which I kind of wish... No, Stone Edge, because just in case he decided to go out to his Articuno on my Earthquake. I think I probably should have Hone Clawsed there, but I also didn't want to take a bajillion from the Chandelure, so that would not have been the play. He goes out to his Flygon. I have the Ice Fang for it. and it goes down immediately. This Aerodactyl's already proven its worth right here and now. He goes out to his Primeape. I believe I just switch out to Sandaconda, yep, just to get that Rocky Helmet chip. Any chip that I can get is appreciated. Goes out to Chandelure. I think I Earthquake here, because I had nothing else to lose, except for my freaking Sandaconda. Which kind of sucks that there's no rocks up, but I can just get off a Dark Pulse right here onto his Articuno. Or a Draco Meteor Miss, that is fine too. I think I did Draco Meteor just in case the Primeape came in, because it did, I think it killed the Primeape from that range, and it would have done more to Articuno than Draco Meteor would. So I just am forced out to go to my Wall of Sorts, my Audino, because I didn't know what this thing wanted to do. I take the Ice Beam, and I think I might just sack this thing off, yep. And I believe I get in my Melmetal, or at least that's what I think I would do after this, yep. I think I sub here because no matter what this Articuno would do, I could get off my sub. I double Iron Bash here, I'm sure. Yeah, just to get rid of this thing. And down goes Articuno. We're looking pretty good at 3-2. Just got 2 more mons to get rid of. He goes up to Chandelure, and this is where I kind of make a little bit of a misplay, but what I'm going to do, he flamethrowers me. I completely forgot about Infiltrator, which you'd think I'd remember from my time using this thing at GTS and just being able to scroll over the Pokemon like this. But luckily we lived the flamethrower, and then we were able to do lots of damage back with the Earthquake. But this is where the Melmetal goes down, just so we can get a free switch in to, I think, Hydreigon. I didn't want to miss with Draco Meteor, even though that would have been the better play to do, so I just go for Dark Pulse, because I didn't want to miss my attack and then that be the game. So I Dark Pulse here, do some damage. I thought that might have been enough chip for my Aerodactyl to go ahead and deal with this thing the rest of the way. So I thought this was GG for me, but it turned out to be GG for him because he scarfed and got the crit. Lucky ass crit on the close combat. You hate to see it, folks, you really do, but it happens. I think the previous week I won off of a crit, even though it was kind of in my favor, so I can't be too mad about this, to be honest. But this is exactly why I wanted Dragon Dance, because I was kind of banking on my Aerodactyl speed to outspeed everything that he had. But of course, Choice Scarf exists, so Hone Claws was, it just seemed pretty good as well. But that's the battle. I lost here 1-0, so that tosses us down a peg, which is unfortunate. I think we're 3-5 at this point. Kinda sucks. Really did some damage to my my ego there, but I mean, at the end of the day, I wasn't too mad about it, because, you know, what are we gonna do? Blame this dude for a crit? No, that's just how Pokemon works. Our next opponent is Ghost. I don't remember his team name. I think it's one of the Luxray teams. Los Angeles Luxrays, I believe. But that is the game, so leave a like if you liked this video, subscribe if you have not already and want some more SnowyKurama goodness, some WPF and BRL stuff in the works. And with all that being said and more, this has been your boy, SnowyKurama. See you in the next video. Goodbye.